Hey guys, and welcome to a Disney Dreamlight Valley tips and tricks video. Today is going to be all about farming. Farming is going to be about 99% of your Dreamlight Valley experience. It is the best way to get money, the best way to level up characters. It's just good all around for almost everything. So today I'll be showing you the best seeds to plant, the best way to plant them, and a bunch of other little miscellaneous farming tips. So without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, to begin farming, you're going to want to find a nice big field and take out your shovel. Now to continuously dig in a straight line, just select your area, hold the interact button, and you continuously dig in a straight line until you hit an obstacle. This can be rocks, flowers, and even these little puzzle pieces at times. So other than that, if you have a straight line, you continuously go straight until you hit that obstacle. Once you finish up that first strip, you can go ahead and head to your next one, hold the interact button, and you'll continuously go straight until you hit another obstacle. This method can be used with planting seeds as well. You're just going to pick a corner of your plot, hit the interact button, and then hold it one more time, and you continuously plant seeds in a straight line. The only difference here than with the digging is that once you hit the end of a straight line, you'll turn and then continue back the opposite way down the next line. This way you can pretty much get a whole plot planted with just one input. Just hold that button and you're set to go. Unfortunately, this cannot be done with watering. This has to be done manually, and it's a real pain in the butt. I find it best to find a 2x4 area, water that, and then continue in a straight line, turn, straight line, yada yada. But usually I can plant water about 8 plants at once, so it's a little easier. Before you begin harvesting anything, you always want to make sure you have a gardening buddy with you. For me, that's going to be Wally, so I'm going to ask him to hang out with me. And then with this, you can double, if not triple, the amount of produce you get from your crops. And it helps a lot if you're trying to get money. The only bad thing with having a buddy while farming is sometimes they get in your way, especially when you have the yellow glowing crops. Your buddy will get in your way and you sometimes accidentally talk to them instead of gathering the resource you want in time. To counteract this, I like to imprison my buddy, unfortunately. So what I do is I select an area that's kind of easy for me to see, go into fencing, remember where that character is, and then draw a fence around him. This traps him, and he won't be able to get in my way while I'm farming, but I will still get his rewards. So while I'm harvesting here, you'll see down there that Wally is still getting that experience and friendship points, even though he's not actively gathering alongside me. And it makes it so I can harvest these glowing spots way easier. Now that we're done farming, we're going to finally free poor Wally from his imprisonment. So same way, just go into your furniture, click the fence, hold interact, and you'll delete the whole thing. And there goes Wally. Once he approaches a plot of land, he will explode in a bunch of resources. Prepare for a bit of lag, depending on the size of your farm. I wouldn't recommend doing this on a huge plot, as you run the risk of crashes and a bunch of other things. So once he has those all collected, just run around, pick them up, and it's much more convenient than having to stop every couple of harvests to pick up everything he drops. With this, you can just do it all at once. While planting, you may notice that some seed bags have a green arrow kind of right above it. This just means that that seed is native to that biome and will grow slightly quicker while planted there. Each seed generally grows better in the area in which you buy that seed from. So if you're here in the forest, it's going to be the canola, the onions, and I forget the third one. But wherever you bought the seed is typically where you want to plant it. So looking at this table I made, I broke down every single crop type, the grow time in minutes, seed price, and then the profit you'll get per harvest of each plant. And then I kind of put that together and did the profit per minute if you were right on it, harvesting everything perfectly on time, planting it and watering it without skipping a beat. Now there are a couple things to keep in mind, a couple variables, such as your partner. They could harvest more plants for you and then that would increase your profits. The time in which it takes to grow, like you can see wheat makes the most profit per minute, but it grows insanely fast at 1 minute. So you'll have to be on that constantly cycling through it. If you want something more lax, you can grow something like pumpkins where it takes about 4 hours to grow. You don't get as much as a profit, but it's really hands off. You only have to water it once, about 2 hours through. So about halfway you water it and forget about it. Come back in 4 hours and you have a huge profit. Personally, I prefer canola. I think that strikes the perfect balance between profit and time, with about half an hour of grow time, and then it has the second largest profit. You do have to water it quite a bit. I find myself watering it quite often, but other than that, it's pretty easy to get a lot of money using canola. So here I am selling all of the canola I had harvested earlier. In total, a full run usually nets me about 75 to 80,000. And that's with 35 minutes of work. So on average, it's about 130 to 140,000 per hour, which is a decent profit. I mean, you can make a couple 100,000 a day using this method. Let's say you're done farming and you want to get rid of this plot very quickly. It does take forever to fill in the holes one by one. However, there is a quicker way by going into your furniture and covering the holes with an item. So the biggest item you can use, I believe, is the fountain. However, I find this is way too big for what we need right now. So instead, we're going to use the bed. I prefer beds because they cover about a 4x3 area, and you can just plop it right on your land. And then once you place it, you'll notice that all the holes disappear. Then you just pick up the item, move it to the next section, plop it down, next section, plop it down, and you have all your holes gone and done for. So you do want to make sure that you keep the bed in place. As you see there, I took it away and all the holes reappeared. To counteract this, when you put down the bed, make sure you exit your inventory, go back to the game world, and then you'll see that everything has disappeared. Then you can go back in, remove that bed, and there you go. Alright, and that's all I have for you today for farming. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be out with some more Disney Dreamlight Valley tips and tricks soon. Thank you.